Today, we're going to break down a story that feels like a children's book on the surface, but is actually one of the most powerful political critiques ever written. We're talking about George Orwell's Animal Farm. So let's just start with the biggest question right out of the gate. How on earth can a fairy tale, a story about talking animals, possibly explain something as complex and terrifying as a dictatorship? Well, that's the magic trick Orwell pulls off, and it's what we're going to get into. All right, so our story kicks off on Manor Farm. But things are not happy. The place is practically buzzing with misery, and the one who lights the fuse is a wise old pig named Old Major. Now you can think of him as a mix of Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin. He paints this picture of a perfect world, a world where the animals, the workers, are finally free from their human oppressors. And this right here, this is the core of his whole speech. It's brilliant, really. He draws a simple, powerful line in the sand. Humans are the enemy, the cause of all your problems. But all animals? You're comrades. You're in this together. It's the kind of message that gets a rebellion started. And it works. In a flash, the animals rise up. This moment is a direct parallel to the Russian Revolution of 1917. They kick out their farmer, Mr. Jones, who is basically the stand-in for the ineffective Tsar Nicholas II, and just like that, the farm belongs to them. They're ready to build a new world from scratch. Now, every revolution needs a name for its big ideas. So, two of the smartest pigs, Snowball and Napoleon, take the lead. They turn Old Major's dream into a whole system of thought they call animalism, which is, you guessed it, a clear stand-in for communism. The main idea? Every animal is equal, and no human will ever control them again. Sounds like a paradise, right? And to make sure this paradise sticks, they write the rules right on the side of the barn for everyone to see. The 7 Commandments. They're super simple, designed to make sure the animals never, ever start acting like the humans they just overthrew. Pay close attention to that last one, number 7. All animals are equal. That's supposed to be the absolute foundation of everything. But you know how these things go. Even in a supposed utopia, the cracks start to appear almost immediately. With the old boss gone, a new leadership class starts to form, and, well, a classic power struggle isn't far behind. 2 very different pigs, Snowball and Napoleon, start to butt heads over what the future should look like. And this is where the allegory gets really specific, mirroring the rivalry between Leon Trotsky and Joseph Stalin. In one corner, you have Snowball. He's kind of like Trotsky, a true believer, an idealist who wants to modernize the farm by building a windmill. And in the other corner, you've got Napoleon, who is pure Stalin. He's quiet, he's sly, and while Snowball is busy making plans, Napoleon is secretly training a pack of puppies to be his own private army. And then it happens. Right in the middle of a big debate, Napoleon makes his move. He lets his dogs loose, his new secret police, and they brutally chase Snowball right off the farm. It's a shocking moment, a clear parallel to Stalin having Trotsky exiled. And just like that, the argument's over. Napoleon is in charge. End of story. The democratic dream is dead. So with Napoleon as the undisputed dictator, the whole spirit of the revolution starts to rot from the inside out. The dream of a better world quickly curdles into an absolute nightmare. So what's life like now? Well, it's grim. The animals are working harder than they ever did for humans, but their food rations keep getting smaller. Meanwhile, Napoleon's propaganda minister, a pig named Squealer, think of him as the state-run newspaper Pravda, blames every single problem on the exiled Snowball. And then come the biggest betrayals. They start trading with humans, and they begin public executions, just like Stalin's purges, to keep everyone in line with fear. And this is how they justify it all, by literally rewriting the law. The pigs sneak out at night and start changing the 7 commandments. No animal shall kill any other animal, suddenly gets a little addition, without cause. See how that works? And that most important rule, all animals are equal? That one's about to get a very special rewrite. But if you want to know just how far they've fallen, look no further than what happens to Boxer, the horse. He represents the working class, loyal, hardworking, and a little naive. His personal motto was always, "I will work harder." He gave everything to the revolution. But the second he collapses from exhaustion and can't work anymore, what does Napoleon do? He sells him to the glue factory to get money to buy whiskey for the pigs. It's the ultimate betrayal. So, years go by. The animals who remembered the rebellion are mostly gone. And the pigs?
Well, the line between them and their old human masters starts to get very, very blurry.
Just look at the final transformation. They move into the farmer's house, they start wearing clothes, they're drinking whiskey. And then, the most horrifying sight of all, they start walking around on two legs. The new bosses have become exactly like the old bosses. And that's when the final change to the law appears on the barn wall. All 7 commandments are gone. They've been replaced by just one single rule that perfectly captures the hypocrisy of it all. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. The revolution is well and truly over.
The story closes with this absolutely unforgettable image. The remaining animals are peering through the farmhouse window. Inside, they see the pigs playing cards and drinking with human farmers. And as they look from the pigs to the men and back again, they realize they can't tell the difference anymore. The revolution has come full circle, replacing one tyrant with another.
And that just leaves us with this one haunting question. Orwell wrote this as a warning about the Russian Revolution, about how even the most noble ideas can be corrupted by power. But it makes you wonder, is history just stuck in this endless cycle of power, rebellion, and betrayal?